It all comes off as very immature. He doesn't lose like a warrior or a champion. He loses like a kid who thinks the opponent is cheating in an online video game. The way he walks around the field, he acts like a kid that asks for something and then he got mad because you brought him the wrong flavor. And welcome back to Mischief Entertainment, man. And you're back on MVP Sports. Let's get right into the video. I don't think the Chicago Bears are going to make the playoffs this year. And I don't think the Chicago Bears are going to make the playoffs this year because I think we got it wrong on Caleb Williams. We thought that Caleb Williams could be the next big superstar. We didn't compare him to Tom Brady, but we did compare him to Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes is someone we compare to Tom Brady and Joe Montana. So if we're comparing Caleb Williams to Patrick Mahomes, I feel like we're saying that he had the potential, at least coming into the draft, to be one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever grace the football field. And I think we got that wrong. I look at Caleb Williams, and he doesn't give me that feeling of a Joe Montana or a Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? He gives me the feeling of like a Ben Simmons or an Andrew Wiggins. And if you don't like the basketball comparison, man, I would even say Baker Mayfield or Trevor Lawrence. But I don't think he's going to be a Brady Mahomes or Joe Montana. I don't think he's going to get there. I understand he plays for the Chicago Bears, but I don't think film lies. I seen him miss some throws last year that was absolutely head scratchers. I mean, literally no one in the area, and he wasn't a playmaker. He looked like an average quarterback. And like I said, I understand he plays for the Bears, but on top of that, his body language is absolutely horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Say what you want, but you can win as a warrior and you can lose as a warrior. And his body language, it doesn't come off as a warrior who's losing. It comes off as a kid that's very immature. The way he throws up his arms, the way he drops his head, the way he rolls his eyes, it all comes off as very immature. He doesn't lose like a warrior or a champion. He loses like a kid who thinks the opponent is cheating in an online video game. The way he walks around the field, he acts like a kid that asks for something and then he got mad because you brought him the wrong flavor. Caleb Williams definitely needs to mature. He definitely needs to mature. But on top of that, his arm mechanics absolutely do not look like they're there. Now, I do believe players can progress. I do believe players can get better. And I think that Caleb Williams can be a decent to good quarterback in the NFL. But that great quarterback we thought we were going to get, that generational quarterback that we thought we were going to get, I don't think we're going to get that. The Bears started the season last year 4-2, and then they lost 10 straight. Listen, in my opinion, we've seen this movie from Caleb Williams before. We've seen it at USC. We've seen him in good situations, right? In good situations, but not have good quarterback play. This isn't the first time. We've seen this kind of body language from him either. It's continuing on. We've seen this movie before. Listen, when you look at the 2025 schedule for the Bears, right, I don't even want to start at the top, right? Because right now, there's clear questions of whether he can be better than Russell Wilson with the Giants. When you look at that matchup, it's a coin flip. When there's a question between is he going to outplay Shedeur Sanders on the Browns? And again, I'm not going to the top. I'm not talking about the Commanders. I'm not talking about Jalen Daniels. I'm not talking about some of the top quarterbacks he is going to have to play. I'm talking about some of the average quarterbacks, some of the rookie quarterbacks. And we have questions about that. When he goes against Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, And Dak Prescott does have some years where he produced, but I feel like a vast majority of the public does think Dak Prescott is just an average quarterback. And listen, I like Caleb Williams. I do like Caleb Williams. And I don't want y'all to think I'm being hard on him. I'm hard on all my favorite players. I draw the same line. I don't move the goalposts. I've been very critical of Lamar Jackson. He's my favorite quarterback. We've seen him be skittish in the playoffs for years. I don't even want to watch a regular season game for Lamar Jackson this year, because it's all about getting over that skittishness in the playoffs. I don't want y'all to think I'm picking on Caleb Williams. This it's just football. It's just football. I like Caleb Williams, but I think he's a tier 3 quarterback. He's a tier 3 quarterback. If you were to split the quarterbacks into 3 different groups, I feel like he's a tier 3 quarterback. And I think he has the potential to be tier 2, but I don't think he'll reach that tier 1. In the room with players like Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts, I don't think he's going to make it into that room. So I don't have a specific prediction for the record of the Bears, but I think it'll look like the early Baker Mayfield games. He'll win some games that'll give us some hope, and he'll lose some games, and it'll reaffirm what we already kind of think. Now listen, let's hope the best for Caleb Williams and the Bears. But as of right now, for with everything we've seen, with the evidence we've seen, I don't think the Bears are going to make the playoffs. I don't think Caleb Williams is going to be that generational quarterback that we thought he was. And like I said, let's hope the best for Caleb Williams and the Bears. But as of right now, they look like the 76ers. And they're telling us to trust the process. And we've been trusting the process for years and years and years and years. And here goes another quarterback that you guys have got, and you're telling us to trust the process again. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I don't think the Bears make the playoffs this year. But let's hope the best for Caleb Williams, man. That's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We out.